Hello students, in this video we will be looking at solving problems involving Venn diagrams. Now we already started this topic, however we are looking at a different type of example. Now here's a simple example. It says, in a class of 30 students, 18 like dancing and 22 like acting. All the students like at least one of these. So therefore, this particular statement is saying that there is not a student out of the 30 students who don't like acting or dancing. So either they like acting or they like dancing. All right, so here it says, note briefly, let those who like both be X. So we weren't given the number of students who like both, but the question is saying call it X. It is an unknown. So we're basically using algebra to answer this particular question. Part A of the question says, show the information on a Venn diagram. Part B says, determine the students who like 1, both, 2, dancing only, and 3, acting only. So now we are going to basically write what we have, what we are given in the question. So the question says in a class of 30 students, it means that 30 students, that's the universal set. So therefore we can write number of elements in U is 30. Give me a second, please. Okay, so it's 30 students. All right, so we're calling the set of students who like dancing set D. So therefore, the number of elements in set D would be those who like dancing, and that is 18 students. Likewise, we're calling those who like acting set A. So number of elements in set A would be 22 students. All right, now we know that there is not a student who doesn't like either dancing or acting. All right, so it also says, let those who like both be X. So therefore, the way how we represent that using symbolic notation is number of elements in D intersect A. So these are the students who like both dancing and acting. Now the students will say, usually students would say to me, but miss, when I add 18 and 22, I get more than 30. Yes, you're going to get more than 30 because some of the students who like dancing also like acting. And those who like acting, some of them also like dancing. You don't know that figure, so that is what we call X. That's our unknown. And that's what we're finding in part I of the question. All right, so firstly, let's look at how to show the information on a Venn diagram. So you're using your knowledge of Venn diagrams now. Remember, we said that when both sets share something in common, the circles overlap. All right, and we know this because it says, let those who like both be X. So one set is set D for those who like dancing. The other set is set A for those who like acting. Those who like both dancing and acting is X. So we are filling out the Venn diagram based on the information that we are given. So if those who like dancing and acting is X, what goes in this section of the Venn diagram is actually those who like dancing only. So we must put in an expression representing those who like dancing only. All right. So now we know that those who like dancing is 18 students. Those who like dancing is different from those who like dancing only. So those who like dancing only must be 18 It must be 18 minus whatever x is. So that's what goes in dancing only, that section of the Venn diagram. Now, those who like acting only, in the same way, it's going to be 18 minus whatever x is. So 18 person like, oh, sorry, my bad. Acting would be 22 minus x. Now, 22 persons like acting in general, but some out of those students like dancing as well. So those who like acting must be 22 minus those who like both. Those who like acting only. All right. So this is our Venn diagram, and we usually write a U to represent the universal set. So this Venn diagram is drawn in terms of x, in terms of our unknown. So we don't have the real values as yet. And that's what we're going to find next. All right. Now part B of the question says, determine the students who like both. All right. So it means we're finding x because the question says the students who like both, let it be x. So now, in order to do that, we need to form an equation in terms of x so that we can solve it to find what x is. Now, this equation, we know that the number of elements in the universal set, or number of students in the universal set, that's 30 students. Now, that is equal to those who like dancing only, plus those who like both, plus those who like acting only. Now, because we know that we can form an equation, so we can say that when we add up all of these, we are supposed to get 30. So we can easily say that 30 is equal to 18 minus x plus 22 minus x. Right? So when we add all of that, we should get 30. So this is our equation. Now we're going to simplify this equation. This part will always be equal to 0, because just like minus 3 plus 3 is 0, minus x plus x is also 0. All right? So that part is equal to 0 at all times. Now here, this will be cancelled because it's 0. So in simplifying our equation, we will get 30 is equal to 18 plus 22 minus x. All right. So now we can easily add 22 to 18. When we add 22 to 18, we will get 40. So 30 is equal to 40 minus x. So usually we know that if we are going to solve an equation like this, we need to get rid of 40 on the right hand side. So we can have positive x. We want the value of x, positive x. All right. So now in order to do that, we know that x is going to be equal to 40 minus 30. Because remember, when you move a number from, or a term from one side of the equal sign to the other, then the opposite operation is done. So x would be equal to 40 minus 30. Moreover, let me write it in another way so that you can understand better. So if I write 40 minus x is equal to 30, that's the same thing. So if we want to take minus x to the right hand side, it will now become plus x, positive x. And then we need to take 30 to the left hand side, it will become minus 30. All right. So then we will get 40 minus 30 is equal to x. All right. So 40 minus 30 is 10. So therefore, x is equal to 10. So here you have to know, use your knowledge of solving equations. So that is answering Part BI of the question. Determine the number of students who like both. So 10 students like both. So when we add 10 dancing only and acting only, we should get 30. Now we're answering part B2, dancing only. Alright, so remember we said that dancing is 18, but dancing only is 18 minus x. So if we're going to find dancing only, we must subtract 10 from 18. Alright, so dancing only is equal to 18 minus x. Therefore, dancing only is equal to 18 minus 10, which is 8. So 8 students like dancing only. 10 students like both. Alright, acting only, it's the same. Acting was 22 students, so acting only is 22 minus x. That is 22 minus 10. And when we subtract 22 minus 10, we will get yes, we will get 12 students. All right, so we have completed the question. We found those who like both, those who like dancing only, and those who like acting only. Now, if we were asked to redraw the Venn diagram now with the correct numbers in the different regions, it would look like this. So dancing and acting. So acting only would be 12. Dancing only would be 8. And both, for both, it would be 10. So now when we add 8, 10, and 12, we would get 30 students, which is the number of elements or the number of students in the universal set. All right, I hope you understood everything in this video. There are some questions that will be sent to you so you can do some more practice. All right, have a lovely day now, everyone.